a little background's required to understand why all the city unions are backing my opponent and financially and with support and with endorsements instead of backing me. To understand that, the easiest way to understand that probably is for me to relate my experience interviewing before one of the major city public safety unions. I was before them, and they said we have a problem with your position on retirement obligations, and I said, well, do you disagree with my statement that by 2016 all basically fiscal hell will break out in Oakland city government, and we'll be in dire fiscal straits just trying to meet payroll. And the board member said no. He said you're right. He said that's just the numbers. He said that isn't our problem. I said, well, do you have a problem with my position that let's deal with it now and figure out how to pay for it? He said, no, we don't really have a problem with that either. He says the problem we have is this. We don't think the city officials will do anything anyway. And we remember what you said back in 2012 when we were in a recession, when times were tough. Back in 2012, you were saying when we didn't have the money that there was no way the city could afford to pay for the retirement benefits that we promised our city employees who negotiated in good faith for them years before, without severely cutting city services or realistically having to negotiate cuts in city employee retirement benefits. He said, we remember what you said then when times were tough. And even though it's not what you're saying now, our concern is that in 2016, when we both know that times are going to get tough again because of all these pension obligation, bond balloon payments coming due, baby boomers, medical costs that are coming in. We know times are going to get tough again. Our concern is that you're going to go back to saying what you said in 2012, that we're going to have to negotiate cuts in what we pay the employees for retirement benefits and or compensation. And he says, that's our problem with you. And I said, you're absolutely right. I said, I will revert to that. My obligation, my primary obligation, is to the vulnerable residents of this city. My second obligation is to all the other residents of the city. And my third obligation, and third meaning third on my list of priorities, is to the employees of the city who serve the city. And I said, that's why we should deal with it now when we have extra money coming in from the real estate bubble, and not wait. He thanked me, and I never heard from them again.